So the first thing is the same problem we have with every device. You got to make sure you get the qualifiers up front and you meet all the standards. But then on an ongoing basis, I think the biggest mistake and the biggest challenge is going to be showing compliance and being able to document symptoms, because again, that's not something we've had to do on a long-term basis before. And so making sure that you've got documentation of that compliance data for that time period that you build. Like I said, if you don't have modems, you're going to be going in the home to get downloads. But even if you do have modems, you got to make sure that you don't just go in and look to see that they were compliant. You've got to find a way to document that report in the billing, because those modems you got to make sure that they're saving that data, and oftentimes they do not. And so if you're just relying on the data that's in the device to go back and look 2 years from now or 3 years from now, that's probably not a valid way to do it. So the mistake that I think you could make is if you don't get a report on every single patient and have some way to manage those reports, then you're gonna mess this up potentially, because of the fact that you don't have the appropriate documentation when you get audited, or when the time comes to go back and look 2, 3, 4 years after this date. Now, we did get the grandfather clauses in there, and you'll find that in the comments of the NCD, which means this does not affect your current patients before June 9th. It affects any new patient after June 9th, and there's some question about is it completely implemented or not until the LCDs or the DME Max come out with more information. But June 9th is kind of the drop dead date that any patient after that, you need to make sure that you have that compliance data, you've got it on file and documented in such a way that you can go back and pull it a year from now or 5 years from now on a patient if there was an audit.